When you think about fighting, one of the most common beliefs is that the bigger and stronger person always wins. That's why in most combat sports, fighters are divided into weight classes so that a heavyweight doesn't go up against a featherweight. But Bruce Lee was living proof that this idea isn't always true. Time and again, he faced opponents who were taller, heavier, and physically stronger than him, yet he found ways to come out on top. One of his most powerful tools for overcoming size disadvantages was his ability to integrate Western boxing into his fighting style. This was not just casual punching, it was calculated, precise, and designed to neutralize the advantages of bigger fighters. Today, we're going to break down exactly how Bruce Lee used boxing to defeat larger opponents, and why his methods still hold up in modern combat. Understanding the size disadvantage. Before diving into Bruce Lee's strategy, it's important to understand why size and reach matter in a fight. Bigger opponents generally have three key advantages: they can hit harder due to their mass, they have longer reach which lets them strike without getting hit back, and they can use their body weight to control and overpower in close-range situations. These factors make it very difficult for a smaller fighter to win if they fight in a straightforward, strength versus strength way. But Bruce Lee never fought on those terms. He understood from the start that meeting force with force was a losing game. Instead, he focused on speed, precision, angles, and timing, areas where boxing offered him the perfect tools. While traditional martial arts at the time often had rigid stances and predictable patterns, boxing provided fluid movement, deceptive footwork, and a natural way to close distance quickly. Why Bruce Lee chose boxing as a secret weapon. Bruce Lee's main martial arts base was Wing Chun, which he learned from the legendary Ip Man. Wing Chun is excellent for close-range fighting, trapping, and rapid-fire strikes. But Bruce also understood that many fights don't start nose-to-nose, they start at a distance. This is where Wing Chun could be limited, especially against someone with a much longer reach. Boxing, on the other hand, excels at managing the gap between fighters. It teaches you how to close in without eating a punch, how to circle away from danger, and how to use feints to make your opponent commit to a mistake. By blending boxing with Wing Chun, Bruce created a fighting style that could transition smoothly from long-range attacks to close-range destruction. He studied boxing not just as a sport, but as a science, analyzing the best fighters of his time like Muhammad Ali, Jack Dempsey, and Joe Louis. He adapted their techniques for street fighting, removing anything that was purely for sport and keeping only what worked in real combat. The footwork advantage, outmaneuvering bigger opponents. If there's one thing Bruce Lee was obsessed with, it was footwork.